jawbone hit me 3 times in the face, and then I went, I said, you're going to get a Vietnam now, mother. And I whipped his butt so fast and so quick, so pretty. I hit him with the Muhammad Ali, left, right, left. I did the Ali shuffle, and then I put ball in the head, and then I stopped him. And he was knocked out for 22 and a half minutes.
Mic test, mic test. Mic test, mic number 1. Mic test. Mic test, number 1. Ooh, it's mic 2. Ooh, ooh. It's mic 2. Mic test, mic test, mic test. All right, mic number 3. Mic number 3. It's just you and me on mic number 3. Let's turn that down, the monitor. I can see in the chat, that's Colton, if I'm not mistaken, WWE Fan 123. Hello, sir. My name is Brandon Bones, but I'll be going by Damon Andrews once the show starts. My euphemism, my metaphor, my stage name for my play-by-play man. And I guess Beast's show got cut a little short. Starting soon. Get a few people going in the chat here while the tunes play, and Brandon Bones does, well, excuse me, Damon Andrews, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, does some last moment preparations. It is Tuesday afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. You in the United States, Colton? Well, we got some injuries being cleared here. This is where we left it off last time. Boy, I am no longer medically fit to compete, but I'm in that battle royal all the same. many proud Canadians in the MVWF. We've got the angriest French Canadian in all of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Kurt Maple. That's right. He's a French Canadian out there in cowboy country, home of the Hearts. Of course, we got the Canadian Nightmare, Jesse Jackhammer, Andrew Dubbs, the Japanadian, as he calls himself. Right back. Canadian stars in the MVWF, historically, yeah, there's always been a few. I mean, but then again, you look at any wrestling federation, generally you manage to squeeze a few Canadians in there somehow. All right, we're just about to get started here in just a moment. Alrighty. Well, folks, this is Damon Andrews, and welcome to the MVWF's presentation of the Super-Manch tournament. That's right, the double elimination tournament, a historical tradition of the MVWF, the Manch Vegas Wrestling Federation, and it is a unique tournament indeed. 32 competitors, 16 matches in the first round alone. And like I said, it is double elimination, and this is how it works. So, if you missed last afternoon's show, we had the first 8 matches. And we're going to have the second half of the first round here this afternoon. And that will complete the first round. Once the first round is complete, the second round begins just like this. So, as I said before, it is a double elimination, so you have to be beaten twice before you are eliminated from this tournament. And what you are looking at right now are the 8 losers of the first half of the first round. Each of these men have fought already in their half of the first round and lost their match. So they all have 1 strike against them. 1 more loss and they are eliminated entirely from this tournament. But once the first round is over, in the order of the seeding here, the losers will face the winners of the prior round. And we do that by inverting the seeding, so the loser of the last match of the first round will end up facing the winner of the first match of the first round, and so far and so forth. And so as there are eliminations, it could bring about some oddball numbers. In fact, the last time we did a Super-Manch tournament, the man all the way on the right over there, Kyle Empire, was the MVWF World Champion at the time, and he went all the way to the finals undefeated. And the guy he faced in the finals was a guy who lost all the way in the first round and was in sudden death the entire time of the entire tournament. And he had to defeat the MVWF World Champion not once but twice in order to win the tournament. It was very dramatic. It was an excellent tournament, quite frankly. Go back and look that up. But many of the MVWF's tournaments have actually gone somewhat underappreciated. If you look at some of like the view counts and stuff, like the tournaments specifically themselves don't have very high view counts compared to, a lot of the more narrative anchored shows that I normally do, where, the MVWF doesn't really have like a weekly show, generally speaking, even though I do a show like every week, but I do kind of book supercard to supercard, and tournaments kind of interrupt that. You get a lot of cold matches and stuff like that. Like there was not a lot of reason for El Toro and Kurt Maple to be beefing with each other last night, but man, Maple with a huge upset over LT last night. I mean, go figure. That being said, we're going to have ourselves an 8-man battle royal featuring all 8 of the losers of the first half of the first round. So there is no rest for the wicked here. Generally speaking, the Super-Manch tournament has been done entirely in a day, so it used to be that first round had much more, that losing the match in the last match of the first round used to be a little bit more devastating. But this is definitely going to happen at the end of the next round, and whoever loses the match between Showtime and Westside Ito, they're going to be in a pretty shitty position going up against Jesse Jackhammer, who won the first match of the first round. So, folks, let's get ourselves started here. In the opener, we've got the Battle Royal, of course, with all the losers of the first half of the first round. We've got the BYS champion, old Mr. LDG himself, Mr. Steffers, King Outlaw, against the triple champion himself, primetime Sean Sanders. Folks, on paper, this is a stadium main event in any country, in any place in the world. Primetime Sean Sanders, the United States champion in EWF, the big money world champion in the MVWF, and is also one half of the world tag team champions. His partner, Warhammer, victorious just yesterday here in this same tournament. The MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion, last call, Jeremy Love will go out to face the spoiler of spoilers, Ricky the Dragon Steamhawk. Rockstar, still under the tutelage of Brandon Bones, goes in a huge rematch from just a little over a week ago against Unbreakable Ryan Doyle. Folks, this one came down to what had to be, even Rockstar would probably admit, a lucky shot, a super kick, a sweet chin music, if you will. It was the last bullet in the gun that he had, and he managed with a lucky shot to knock Doyle out and collapsed on top of him to get the 3 count here. Doyle vowing revenge here in the first round. The now two former World's Heavyweight Champions here, the Skinny Wolf and Shadow, one-on-one. Tinu versus Queen Steffers. That's his name. That's right, Queen Steffers. That's right, folks. The women will now be competing in the MVWF, but not in a women's division. No, folks. They are going to be out there competing with other men and women and anywhere in between, folks. Queen Steffers, of course, one of the big stars here in E-Fetting today. Her husband, King Outlaw, opening the show here tonight. And, of course, they just recently challenged for the World Tag Team Champions after attacking primetime Sean Sanders backstage. Also tonight, Wally will go one-on-one with former MVWF champion local talent and Dragon Heart Jr. Hold on a minute here. That's right, Dragon Heart Jr. is also in this tournament. And he is going one-on-one with one of the most decorated tag team wrestlers in the history of this business, El Hamburguesa. And in the final match of the first round, man, Ito just looks like he just did a 4-foot line of cleanser up the nose. He is geeking out right now. Meanwhile, Showtime Brian Black has been very impressive in a couple of matches that he's had here, and a very big opportunity for him on this big stage here to have this opportunity. Because again, at the end, I mean, it'll be an arduous task for him to win for such a big man. He's going to have a lot of stamina, but he's going to have to go through this tournament here with only 2 matches under his belt and possibly get himself this early of a world title shot. never mind. All right, we're about to get started here. And we're going to open up with this huge 8-man battle royal. Of course, Brooklyn Joker and Brandon Bones just faced each other last night. The LTD World Champion defeated Brandon Bones, basically knocked his ass out. All of these guys working a heavy schedule. Gigi gets clocked. Bones taking a risky move doing that backflip right there. And there's Brooklyn Joker focused on Brandon Bones. Perhaps Bones can add some revenge here by eliminating Brooklyn Joker here in this Battle Royal. I mean, of course, the injury report says that Bones is pretty battered up at this point. And he's out of the way of that leg drop. Over the top goes Kid Christian, holding on. Can he skin the cat? And he does. Ooh, big time powerbomb lung blower. And Brooklyn Joker and El Toro. Toro up in the air and out he goes. The biggest man in the match, eliminating El Toro. Nice kick to Kid Christian onto the head of Dan Crane's son, Brandon Bones' old rival. Action hot and heavy everywhere here. Can Bones overcome what I can't see any like physical damage. He doesn't seem to be limping or anything like that, but the medical report's saying he is damaged. And boy, does he love to spoil Dragonheart Jr.'s day. Bones bleeding. I think he's bleeding from the forehead right above the right eyebrow. Gigi grabbing Kyle by his haircut. And knee meets face, and Kid Christian goes for the ride, as does Brandon Bones. And there's the leg drop he was looking for. Folks, I gotta say, if you missed it just yesterday, go on back and watch yesterday's first half of the first round. I was caught a little off guard there to find out that the EWF was also doing a tournament at the same time that I was, but honestly, you couldn't have much more of a contrast between the two of them, even though they're running simultaneously to the day almost. Last night, the MVWF, they kept it largely inside the ring. No weapons, no disqualifications, no countouts or anything like that. Those things are all on and activated. Meanwhile, the EWF living up to its reputation and its moniker of being the Extreme Wrestling Federation. But Brandon Bones, of course, is always the exception to that rule. And a rake of the back of Brooklyn Joker. Will that be enough? Gonna try and get him out of here. Bones trying to get a running start. Oh, but all the other clusters got in the way of his being able to charge Brooklyn Joker and maybe get the elimination. And it just saved the LTD World Champion. Oh. And now Joker maybe gonna take off the shoulders. Go! Takes him down with the knee. And Gigi just throwing kicks and just hoping they land on somebody, but how about a spear, motherfucker? Up in the air, can Dragonheart maybe get some revenge on Brandon Bones, him and Azrael? Oh, yes, he's out! 2 eliminations in a row, Kid Christian and Brandon Bones. And now Kyle Empire looking to eliminate the big man. Man, action all over the place. We are down to 5. Azrael, oh, man, Gigi going for the gut shot. Azrael was prepared. And now the Goozle, a choke slam for Kyle Empire. That's right, there's an air raid siren going off in my neighborhood, folks. Gotta love Delaware. And now Azrael got him in the crosshairs and takes him. Oh, took his head off with the haircut. Says, fuck your haircut. Over the top, Gigi. And he's gone. Azrael stayed on top of him, followed up exactly the way he needed to. Very smart elimination, and Gigi suffering another huge disappointment. Double team here on Brooklyn Joker, and that's what these smaller competitors are going to have to do when dealing with such a huge giant like the Joker. Oh, kick to the chin. Second one from behind gets him nothing. Fastball punch. The 2 sports superstar, Kyle Empire. And here come the elbows. And of course, for everyone that knows that for a fact he is a 2-sport superstar, also is just as likely to call him a 1-note superstar. He relies on the fastball punch. It is his bread and butter. And Brooklyn Joker with another elimination. Dragonheart Jr. You can see the size difference between him and Joker. And wow, that drop kick was powerful. Down to the final 3. Oh, I think that might have been intended for Joker, but he'll take it. German suplex. Joker saying this is like clockwork here. Azrael gets the Goozle up in the air. One-handed choke slam. Spiked him like a football. And now keeping his head on the pivot, but Dragonheart Jr. had time to recover. Dragonheart checking out Azrael in the black, realizing he's no threat at the moment. Wow, 6:30 as I fumble fuck my lips right there. Yeah. Azrael, though, took advantage of a chance to recover, though, but now he's in trouble. And, Dragonheart, the biggest man in the match against the littlest man in the match, for sure. Dragonheart thrives in this environment. He loves facing guys that are bigger than him. Jiggles in the chat, Steffers in the chat. Steffers, you are competing here tonight. Jiggles, you are not competing here in this show, but I do have plans for you. Some big plans in the very near future, so stay tuned. And now, Dragonheart Jr. with the whirly bird sends him flip-flopping and flying, and the big man is in trouble here. Perhaps another 6:30. No. And Dragon Kanrana. Well, Fusion, I would have downloaded you by now, but there's something on your character on Community Creations that I don't have that is preventing me from downloading you. Otherwise, I would have had you wrestling in 3-on-1 matches every week. Well, you see, Jiggles, right now, Brandon Bones I am Damian Andrews, by the way, your erstwhile earnest play-by-play man, who's here to bring you the white bread, vanilla, good time, objective, play-by-play sportscaster opinions. And Brandon Bones announced that there will be no specifically women's division in the MVWF, but they will be competing with the men at Dragonheart. Junior got underneath him for the victory. Congratulations, Dragonheart. Fuck it, can't find his music in time. Whatever. Wow, good effort there by Dragonheart, perhaps building some momentum. Took a loss in the first half of the first round. Oh, it was supposed to be Dragonheart Sr. in this match. That's where I fucked up. Well, Dragonheart Jr. is working double duty tonight. All right, King Outlaw versus Primetime Shawn Sanders. This here is our true opener, folks. In the second half of the first round of the Super-Manch tournament. Of course, if you're just joining us, remember the Super-Manch tournament is a double elimination tournament where after the first round, the losers will face the winners of the first round when you completely invert the seedings, meaning that the loser of the last match will face the winner of the first match. Now, when we used to do this tournament in a single day, that used to be a much more vulnerable position, and it still might be, especially in Universe mode. But that being said, here we've got ourselves what is on paper a huge main event in any arena, in any country right here. You've got the BYS World Champion, King Outlaw, and the Triple Champion, Primetime Shawn Sanders. One half of the World Tag Team Champions, the World Money Championship in the MVWF, and of course the EWF United States Championship. And here in this non-title affair, so much is at stake here as far as your reputation. Like it or not, when champions go out there, and if they just so happen to lose themselves in, well, non-title matches, perhaps maybe it doesn't necessarily mean they lose their championships, but it does lose a little bit of luster on their overall title reign here. And so here in this tournament, where there is also a World Heavyweight Championship title shot at stake, hey, Warhammer is in the chat. But man, there is so much resume for both of these competitors here in this match. It would take us all day to read it. And now let's get it on. Mass ovation here for King Outlaw from the MVWF faithful.
Raised on thunder, baptized in the rain. Lord, don't reach where the wolves are proud.
What?
You hear that rumble? That's the King Outlaw.
So he represents the undead, huh?
Crown made of scars, I don't
The undead need representation. Is
chains on the dead and around. Whole world tried, couldn't bail me out. Let smoke rising, hear the engines cry. Every line ain't true.
and of course, Outlaw has wrestled a couple of times now here in the MVWF. This being his debut as a singles competitor. If I remember correctly. I think he's fought 2 times with his lovely wife, Queen Steffers, in tag team matches. And of course, notorious and infamous now for the attack at Match Mania 8 against Primetime, the man he's facing here tonight. A little bit of justice on Primetime's behalf here, delivered in that tag team title match just a week ago. That same weekend, I saw Queen Steffers give Diamond Sky a tombstone onto the spike 2x4. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy, and that's exactly what Diamond Sky got. And let's bring out the Triple Champ.
I said, my cranium was vibranium, my brain is of uranium.
Warhammer in the chat here, supporting his man, his partner, his World Tag Team Championship partner.
Who came to save the day and want to take with him? To read the people's chant from the equal team, trying to keep it clean. Long as all my people solid team, I've been in the music scene, long as Alan Lee's making sound.
And of course, Primetime recently having just avenged himself also against Brandon Bones. What a rivalry that was. Bones putting King Outlaw and Queen Steffers up to attacking Primetime in the parking lot at Match Mania, the 30-minute Iron Man match, and Primetime still almost won the goddamn thing.
Word is 730 times, disaster level 9/11 meets 11/9. Catastrophe beyond incredible, I redefine the 7th sign, fast hysteria, mass hysteria from the mass hysteria to middle America school.
And let's get it on. It is 1-on-1 here. The amount of championship gold in that ring right now is about the price of a small country's GDP. Snapmares him over, and Outlaw now, perhaps, maybe. Our camera's taking you inside the ring now. Hey, assholes, quit turning away from the camera. Single leg takes him down. Up on the shoulders. Outlaw, deceptively big, deceptively strong, and Primetime with a fresh cut on his head, bleeding already here. And an alley-oop out of the corner. Grabs him by the ears, brings him to his feet, and man, King Outlaw, so strong, so powerful. Oh, Sanders was wound up for something. Outlaw got on the inside of it. It is the Super-Manch tournament, folks. Star-studded it is here. Another 8 matches to finish off the first round here tonight. Blocks the back fist. Man, Outlaw's got him scouted. Up in the air, perhaps. drives off the shoulders, snake eyes out of the corner. Sanders shuts him down. A little bit of possum out of the World Money Champion and United States Champion. And now Sanders catches him up in the air. 8 p.m. It is prime time. There's that roaring elbow. Outlaw was looking for some sort of springboard move. Sanders again shuts him down, not once but twice. That's right, Fusion just ran out of the building here trying to enter illegally, as he oftentimes does. And look at this. Ooh, and that might be the moment right there where respect goes out the door. And dragon screw leg whip, and I don't know how Outlaw's going to feel about that specific one. 20-minute time limits in these matches here. Disqualifications, 20 counts outside the ring. Jay Triller onto the impervious mohawk of the Outlaw. 1, 2, kick out at 2. The left shoulder came up just in time. Prime time into the corner, boots to the face. Oh man, mohawk to the face. How about that? That'll shut him down. Waist lock. Oh, off the mark with the elbow. Prime time a little off balance here. And Outlaw taking advantage. Goes for the quick cover. Shoulder comes up just in time. Kicks him off. But again, Outlaw, every time Primetime tries to rush him, he shuts it down. Up in the air now, another power bomb, another snake eyes. Boom, and kiss that MVWF logo after Primetime stabbed the MVWF at the back at the Survivor Series in the EWF. Man, I'll never forget Primetime. Ooh, right there. The ankle trip rolling senton right there. Yamaguchi-san, 2 count. Long 2 count. And Outlaw thought he had it there. Outlaw decides the better of it. Doesn't want to take a risk here this late in the match and maybe have it cost him. Primetime fights his way free. Big right hand. Stuffs the knee clip. Still got him a bit of it, though. You can see that Outlaw favored it, so it made some impact even without knocking him down. Uh-oh, look at this. Slingshot powerbomb off the top rope. Back suplex. The back of the neck and the head. Down goes Primetime. And now the count begins. Big time stomp to the shoulder. This capacity crowd here witnessing a main event in any country, in any arena in the world. Primetime Shawn Sanders versus King Outlaw. And now 8 p.m. on the floor. Outlaw stops him short, fires back with an elbow. And chin first to the top of the railing. Those fans getting a show nice and up close here. And Outlaw now perhaps thinking about taking a high risk. Oh, what a reckless move! Prime Time trying to recover himself here. Not even 8 minutes into this thing, and it has been absolutely brutal. 6 count here at the Super-Manch tournament. Finally rolls back in the ring, only to get kicked in the face. Blaze! I too am a proud dork. Oh! And the crowd can't believe it right there. Outlaw can't believe it. Sanders showing what he's made of here. Snake eyes! And perhaps now, a high-risk move by the Outlaw. And it was too little too late right there. It cost him. And now Sanders going to the top rope. Boom! Clocked him right in the mohawk. Sweat pouring off Prime Time, and now Prime Time realizes he needs the murder, death, kill move to put this shit away. Boom! Frankensteiner off the top rope. Kick out of 2. Prime Time says it's over. Kick to the midsection. Up in the air. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 8 p.m. And it busts him open. But will that be enough? And Outlaw, perhaps not using any good sense right there after getting busted open, decides to use his face as a weapon. Oh, Primetime man was cranking for that kick right there, but didn't get it. And a gut buster. And just pounding away at him. And Sanders just collapses in a heap on the mat. And now you can't win the match outside the ring here. A count out is a loss. A time limit draw is a loss. And just clocked the Outlaw. He goes down finally. Oh! Did you see the look on Outlaw's face? He felt every bit of that impact. And again! Sanders going shithouse here. Oh, into the barricade! Again! Oh, Outlaw's had enough. Oh, Sanders busts his shin on the edge of the chair. Oh, and a reverse suplex, paying him back. An 11 count. They are beating the ever-living shit out of each other here. Oh, man, and now Outlaw in a pool of his own blood. And Sanders is happy to take the count out. Oh, but Outlaw just in time. Hallelujah. And again, 8 p.m. Oh, turns him over. No, he doesn't go for the pin. Yes, he does. And man, blood pouring out of Outlaw. Kick out at 2. Man, the tension rising here. Outlaw losing all kinds of blood. Prime time, Sky Twister press, and the knees come up. Boom! Fastball punch. Off the ropes, big time kick. Plows right through him. And it's over. Wow! What a match here, ladies and gentlemen, between two titans. Boom! The head drops, man. These guys really tested each other here tonight. And the chat goes wild. Congratulations, Outlaw. I mean, it remains to be seen what it cost him to win this match. There is going to be a second round next week. Do I know who he'll be facing just yet? I believe he'll probably, Outlaw will probably, and don't quote me on this just now, but Outlaw may be facing Sensei Mark Selesky in the second round, which for Kyle Empire. Kyle Empire fought in the last match of the first half, which would put them, when they invert the seeding, the brackets anyway, Outlaw and Kyle will meet in the middle right there. So yeah, so Kyle, having lost his match in the first round, will meet Outlaw, who won his match in his part of the first round. I'll be right back, folks. All right, we are back, and now the next match up in the queue here is the MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion going up against a former MVWF World's Heavyweight Champion. The last time these two guys fought, Steam Hawk had a completely different gimmick. I think he might have been Hulk Hogan at the time, and Last Call Jeremy Love did challenge him for the championship, and he came up short, America. Unfortunate for him, for sure. But now, much like in the dynamic when Jeremy won the match against the Skinny Wolf to win the championship, we just keep seeing that same kind of dynamic where it keeps like flipping on itself. Where guys who previously faced each other are now facing each other in completely opposite circumstances of the prior time of them facing each other. All right, let's get it on, folks. The submissions specialist, the four-time MVWF World Champion, former submissions division champion, the man that unified those two belts.
These just people with ideas. They just like me and you when the smoking cameras disappear again. The real world.
Having recently defeated the Skinny Wolf in his first title defense, for Jeremy to finally win back the MVWF Championship. That's right, Dead President's fucking rule blaze. And of course, Jeremy Love likes to hang out with guys like Duncan Trussell. He's definitely a part of the Rogan-verse. You'll probably see him on that show at some point or another. The Buddhist substrata himself has his chi centered. And an explosion of DMT covers the arena.
And it don't stop till we get the popo off the block. They call it
in the announcing thing, like I used to call him the War Wang. Because we love dick jokes. Ooh, yeah! And of course, the MVWF crowd hates Jeremy Love. He beat Dennis to Take a Hitman Hart 137 times with a barbed wire baseball bat consecutively. You can see the clip online right on the MVWF channel. The member of the MVWO that frustrates people the most, folks, went the distance, 62 minutes of ring time for Ricky the Dragon Steamhog at the EWF versus MVWF event Survivor Series. Was down to himself against three competitors, and he beat the first two and almost beat the third, Woodsy Bats. Again, and frustrates his opponents. Because you think he's going to go out there and wrestle like Ricky Steamboat, like he normally does with his tribute gimmicks. But instead, All he does is just find ways to piss you off. And they are going to face each other now. Face to face, center of the ring. Two old foes. And Jeremy takes him right down. Oh man, good counter right there. Wow. Explosive submission hold right there out of the champion. Takes him down. Wow, look at this. And Jeremy is such a fundamentals guy. Hey, fuck you. With the sign in the crowd. Everyday. Takedown. Jeremy now in wrestle mode here. And the fifth member of the MVWO, Ricky the Dragon Steamhawk, who forced his way into that faction by defeating 3 members of the MVWO 1-on-3. Rear waist lock, takes Steamhawk down. And Blaze, I got to imagine for a guy that, like, I would imagine you're probably fairly annoyed by the fact that in addition to the ramp cam not working for you, but the setting where you can't make it so they don't exit. Yeah, I mean, so far, at least in the first half of this tournament where I'm trying to keep them in the ring, I was tempted to try and make it like a 5 count out there. Because there doesn't seem to be a no exit option anymore, but it doesn't seem to matter. Even with my normal MVWF rules 20 counts, they've largely kept it inside the ring, thankfully. And now Steamhawk off the second rope, and for the second time, whatever he's going for has not worked. And a side dragon leg sweep here and some right hands pepper the MVWF World Champion. And Steamhawk has been in such dire straits since losing the MVWF Championship to Dan Crane at Matchmania 7. A little over a year ago. And of course, he blamed the MVWO for that, and he responded by pile driving the Whiteside, a member of his own current faction, with a pile driver on the floor, injuring his neck, putting him out for months and months. And now Jeremy, with the crucifix, drops him on the back of his head. And Steamhawk pours out of the ring. A rake of the eyes here. Punches his way. Punched him in the forearm. Unique and, you know, ow. And Jeremy taunting this crowd here in front of referee Bo Stromboli. The twin referee of other referee Joe Stromboli. We've had some issues with that in the past. But if you want to know the difference between, well, know how to tell the difference between two of them, Bo wears the striped shirt, and Joe wears the bow tie with no stripes. There you go, folks. And how about that? A Bret Hart style Hitman elbow from the second rope, and a 2 count on the MVWF World Champion. And Steamhawk, like, can you believe that shit? What a bunch of shit. And a drop kick, going for it again. You got to admire Steamhawk's focus here. And a drop kick almost gets it. Long 2 count, and that just pissed him off. Into the corner. Kick gets blocked. Steamhawk maybe has weathered the storm here for Jeremy's opening onslaught. And over the top he goes. And now he's vulnerable. Hanging in the tree of woe. Joey Lawrence, whoa, and crossface chicken wing. I threatened to put my nephew in this move just last night at dinner. And then he ran away. Little shit. I told him I would procure the crossface chicken wing. He's 7 years old, so he didn't get the reference. Loser. Anyway, there's a body slam, and I think Jeremy's bleeding now. And just because there hasn't been weapons or hardcore, and there's the high crossbody, there's your Ricky Steamboat, you fucks. 1, 2, kick out at 2. And for the third or fourth time here, the MVWF champion digging deep here, and he's going to the top again for another high-risk move. High crossbody again, but doesn't go for the cover. Oh, Jeremy poised behind the Steamhawk, staying in his peripheral. Rear waist lock there. Steamhawk pulled away there, had the reversal. There's Brian Pillman in the crowd with a gun. We'll be right back. And now, love lock number 1. People ask all the time, how do you tell the difference between love lock number 1, 2, and 3? Well, love lock number 1 is whichever love lock he does first. And love lock number 2, he does second. And love lock, well, you get it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There you go. How about that? A fireman's carry. Steamhawk doing some wrestling. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, man! Kobashi Plex. Shout out to Kenta Kobashi. That dude was the fucking best. Oh, Jeremy got him up in the air and just says, fuck it, I'm tired. I'm not going to carry you to the corner. I'm just going to drop you on your head with a power bomb. Knee strike. Chop, chop, chop. Ooh, inside with the knee. Takes him down. Love lock number 2. Steamhawk all tied in a knot here, but Jeremy doesn't have the fingers laced. And Steamhawk managed to find his way free. Drop kick takes the champion down. And man, what a feather in his cap it would be if he defeats the world champion. Yes! Victory for Steamhawk here over the MVWF World Champion here in the first round of the Super-Manch tournament. I told you folks, never underestimate this man. It took a while to get this Steamhawk thing going, but now that it has, thanks much in part to some of his performances in the EWF, Steamhawk looks to be poised to climb that ladder to the top of the card once again. Holy shit, folks. If you watched the MVWF just last week, these two fought. Rockstar GC and Unbreakable Ryan Doyle. It came down to the last possible shot. Rockstar. The super kick. Catching Doyle right under the chin. Rockstar had nothing left to offer after that move. Collapsed on top of Doyle and got the 3 count. An absolute miracle victory for him here. Doyle now demanding an immediate rematch here. They find themselves here in the first round of this tournament, ready to face each other. father piece, Brandon Bones, Rockstar, now looks to take that next step here in the MVWF. Brandon Bones and Rockstar fought each other 3 times here in the big rivalry between the EWF and the MVWF, and Rockstar is undefeated against Brandon Bones. But he always respected the effort that Brandon Bones put out. And now they find themselves here on the same page in the MVWF. Three-time former World Heavyweight Champion, Wrestler of the Year in Season 2, Tag Team of the Year in Season 1, main evented Match Mania 3, won 3 Royal Rumbles, and of course, everyone who does not know the MVWF prior to us coming onto YouTube, he was the last and final Match Vegas Wrestling Federation's World Heavyweight Street Fight Champion, Unbreakable Brian Doyle of the MVWO. And he knows he had Rockstar beat just last week. And Brandon Bones was out there as well, distracting Doyle to the best of his ability. And now the stare down. And a bulldog to open things up. Rockstar misses that kick. Doyle having a few moments to clear his head. Well, look at Doyle right here. Goes for the combination into the pinning. Predicament here, 1 count only. Doyle taking a swing at Bones just to let him know he sees him there. And if you're wondering where the rest of the MVWO is, they're backstage prepping Westside Ito for his match later on against Showtime Brian Black. Prime time in the chat. Wally in the chat. You've got a match in just a little while, sir. Oh, shit, I forgot to ask Beat if I could use that song. Of course, I only realized it was a thing the other day. A little bit of cat and mouse here between these two. Here come the rights and lefts from the Irish Brawler. Reversal off the ropes. Rockstar meets him with an uppercut. We'll see if that chin still ain't tender from that super kick that knocked Doyle out. And the crowd all over Rockstar, they are not happy with his association with Brandon Bones. And Doyle goes for the cover, 2 count. Rockstar was up until a certain moment here recently. What is Bones doing? He's throwing a karate stick in the ring. Come on, Bo Stromboli, get your shit together. And now Doyle here, taking his time here, not going to make a mistake. He's got over 17 minutes in the time limit still to go. Plenty of time to do damage, hit the Bukkake Tsunami or the Humanure, and get this over with. But Rockstar has been known for his toughness. He was such a great babyface, such a good guy. For all the EWF fans, that this betrayal has truly set humanity back by about 15 seconds. And now that he manages to associate himself with that piece of shit Brandon Bones in the pink tie out there, who can go fuck himself and jump off a cliff. Probably wouldn't bother him, though. He was born in a bed of butcher knives. Rockstar, nice jawbreaker. Gets caught with the clothesline, though. Doyle was throwing those lefts, so he hit him with a right. Didn't see it coming. Now Doyle taking a high risk. Suck my fucking Irish dick, he says. Clothesline, swing and a miss. Doyle perhaps took a little too much time there. Rockstar gotta find a moment here to exploit it. Back body drop. And Brandon Bones removes the turnbuckle pad and then touches his mustache immediately. And Doyle beating his chest now on the second rope. Ooh. Double knees to the face, the former baby face of Rockstar. Kick to the midsection here. Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing these two guys acting very cautiously here. I mean, again, it's smart on their part, and here's a Fujiwara armbar on Doyle's part, but Rockstar way ahead of him. Barely even held him in there that long. MVWO people in the crowd, they love the oldest faction in wrestling today. Since 1999, the MVWO has been intact. And now Rockstar with Doyle up on the top rope. Boom! And now a fresh cut on the head opened up. And add to the roadmap of scars on his face. Knee strike! And it was that knee that won him the belt. And Brandon Bones, of course, having been the man that lost the belt to that knee, getting immediately upset about it. And Doyle's like, fuck you, I'll hit you with a knee if you don't like it. Yeah, well, kiss my fucking mustache, bitch. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but, you know, bad. Take that. Ah, rips him off the top rope. Goes to the cover. Gonna test the wherewithal of Rockstar in a 1 count. Man, that Rockstar is so tough. Yeah, you pin him.
I don't think Roman Reigns could have made it any clearer.
Oh, my audio sweetening going wild. Doyle to his feet now. How about this? How about the irony? The vertebreaker. Doyle uses that move, but he calls it the Bukkake Tsunami. Gross. And now here it is, the move that won him the match just a week ago. Boom, Doyle had it scouted. He had it scouted. He's like, you're not getting me with that shit, and right back at you, kid. Boom, Bukkake Tsunami. Very close to the corner, hooks the leg away from the ropes, and a 2 count only as the left shoulder comes up just in time. And a bleeding Ryan Doyle on the second rope, kicks at him, double sledge. Doyle persistent here now, working that arm. Doyle, of course, a master of jiu-jitsu. Look at this, there's his heel hook. But Rockstar had it scouted for the second time, by the way. Doyle went for a submission hold that Rockstar was already half a step ahead of. And how about a leg drop from the second rope right there? Doyle likes to do big aerial leg drops now and then. And these two men, in this somewhat game of one-upsmanship. Oh, caught him on the knees, caught him, but Doyle may have hurt his knee doing it. Oh, the pile driver, Doyle had that scouted as well. That's what Rockstar likes to use. The pile driver and the super kick, and here it is, humanure, boom, onto his head. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, no. Rockstar digging deep. And he just got the right shoulder up in time. I don't know how he's doing above the neck right now, but Rockstar in control here somewhat. Or maybe he's just running on instincts and fumes. Stomped that arm right there. Got him nothing as Doyle immediately kicked him in the face with the up kick. Rights and lefts. Doyle now neck breaker. High risk here. Go to the top rope. Doyle wants to put him away. Elbow from the top rope. Kick out at 2. And Doyle, exasperated, off the ropes he goes. Smashes him with another elbow. The emotion's starting to spill over. Doyle does not want to lose again to Rockstar. Rockstar says he is the future of the business. And up in the air, brainbuster, Doyle shifts his weight and takes him out of the knee. Rabbit punch to the back of the head. Doyle trying to stay on top of him. Over the top goes Rockstar. Kick to the midsection. Oh, just swats him away. And how about that? That's something you would expect out of Doyle right there. And Rockstar, one more time. Oh, to the head, right to the face, shoulders down. And it's over. And Rockstar now making his bread and butter here in the MVWF, knocking off MVWF legends. He took the Bukkake Tsunami, he took the Humanure, he kicked out of all of it, and it still came down to the Sweet Chin Music to get the victory. Here it is, folks. Right, pinpoint precision. Boom! And Brandon Bones, you know, can't be happier with that 3 count. Hello, Atticus Black. Thank you for joining us. Prime time in the chat. And you can see the fans here in the MVWF not happy with how this turned out here. They wanted Doyle to get his revenge. All right, the Skinny Wolf and Shadow are two of the most recent MVWF champions here in the last couple of months. The Wolf lost the title. Shadow lost the title to the Skinny Wolf. And now here we are with a rematch for these two in the Super-Manch tournament.
Without a path, vanished so long ago. I've survived.
5'5", 150 pounds, folks. Do not underestimate the Skinny Wolf's ability to throw hands, and his cunning and conniving has made him a legend here in the MVWF.
No one remembers of mine. No one remembers much of anything. Came this way before. I'm the wolf, combing the east, too hungry to shy away. Carcass of Leviathan.
When he won the MVWF World Championship just a couple months ago, the man with 27, well, all those scars from 27 fork strikes to the face from Awesome Ron Awesome, who we have not seen in a long time here in the MVWF. But the Wolf had waited 8 years and 3 title shots before he finally won the MVWF title. And honestly, if you don't win the championship after 3 championship title shots, historically, your career has not done very well. Then you got guys like Sensei Mark Zaleski who've had like 6 title shots and still haven't won it. And what an ovation for the student of the Phenom, the very first MVWF World Money Champion, 2-time champion, and 1-time MVWF World's Champion, all within the last year and a half. One of my favorite competitors to come out of the NWA and cross the bridge over into the MVWF. He takes his time getting to the ring, expending no extra energy. This is the Super-Manch tournament if you're just joining us, folks. And Shadow, the Skinny Wolf, runs him right into the ropes. And over the top goes the Wolf. Shadow now dives over the top rope, and the Wolf out of there, and he comes down on his face. Or maybe he got his hands up. Very dangerous move to be going for this early on. And now Shadow up on the railing. And that's what I'm talking about with the Skinny Wolf, the cunning, the smarts. But of course you see the war wounds, the scars on his face, the one good eye. I mean, the man has been beaten and damaged. His career started as a jobber here in the MVWF back in the year 2000. Reversal over the top. Look at the Wolf right here! Backbreaker! And not allowing him to pepper him with any right hands with those Tate fists. He and another guy named Laconia, Luke Watson, went to the WWF at the time in the year 2000 and were never used on television and came with their tail between their legs, not to make a pun. And then after that, the Skinny Wolf went on a tear, ruining wrestler lives, one after another throughout the years. Skinny Wolf was one of those guys that if you feuded with him, even if you won, you still managed to lose. Shadow trying to keep up with the man here. Snake Eyes on the top rope. Shadow now to the top rope, ready to put him away. What's he got? Elbow out of the way. And for the second time, a high risk from Shadow has not paid off. And the Skinny Wolf will allow you to beat yourself if there's an opportunity there. Out of the ring he goes. You can see the Skinny Wolf wearing a brace on his left knee. Scars all over his face. Oh, yeah, just yanked on that left knee right there, the leg. And face first to the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Shadow reversal into the steps. And you see what I mean now. The Skinny Wolf will allow you to hurt yourself and find ways to make you hurt yourself to do the kind of damage that maybe he physically isn't capable of. And man, he's got a deep reservoir when it comes to stamina and ability to absorb punishment. Shadow top rope, clothesline, and for finally something off the ropes, hit for Shadow. Oh, nothing on that one. Shadow felt it come and blocked it, whatever it was. Big time boot to the head. And Shadow starting to build momentum here with the Wolf now retreating under the bottom rope to the apron. And rushes him and sends him all the way to the floor. Underneath the bottom rope goes Shadow, the student of the Phenom, pounding away at his much smaller but cunning opponent. Into the apron again. Shadow will use his environment. What in the fuck was that? It didn't work. Knees came up, clothesline. Into the corner. Shadow now. Slam. Good power shown by the Wolf. And a knee drop with the good knee. Shoulders down for the win. 2 count only. Wolf a little surprised by that, but called upon these MVWF faithful that know him so well. And here come the quick hands. Oh, trying to break his fingers. Clips him at the knee. And that's just how the Wolf just picks you apart, man. And now maybe a little payback to... No, you don't. Shadow knocked him off the apron just a little while ago, and the Wolf may be thinking about paying him back, but no such luck. Up a reversal. Maybe it's time for the Skinny Wolf slam. Upside down. Oh, and again, when you're so big, you could throw your weight over. And the Wolf couldn't handle the size differential. He couldn't hit the Skinny Wolf slam, otherwise known as the jackhammer, which is a weird thing for a guy that size to be using that kind of move for a finisher. But again, the Wolf is... There's so much irony to him. He can do things that you would not expect, like that. And look at that combination back roll into the immediate cover. 2 count. The Wolf was that close. Look at him going again. This time, put his feet on the ropes. Going to try and steal it from Shadow. And again, he can't get it. Again, any shortcut that's available to him, the Skinny Wolf will take it. But he got caught in the Guzzo. Choke slam. The Wolf's in trouble. Struggling to his feet. Tombstone. 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 Boom. Is this it? 1, 2, kick out there 2. And Shadow doesn't get upset about it. He stays focused. And the Wolf took a tombstone. He can't be clear-headed right now. He's fighting on instincts. He's kind of seeing with his hands right now. Just put him in a spot and bash. And now the Wolf feels like he's got him in position. What's he going to do to him here? Boom! Elbow plow in the corner. And this time, another knee drop, hoping to get him a victory. Another kick out at 2. Shadow, no matter how big you are, someone comes down with their knee on you and stuff, you're going to feel it. And Skinny Wolf, for a 3rd time, maybe going for another knee drop. Skinny Star Press! Knees came up, big time boom! Shadow was laying in wait. Waiting and lay. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. 12-eyed cat, hello. Is real. Yes, is real. And now the Skinny Wolf, disrespectful stomp to the head. And called upon the spirit of the Wolf to give him the strength for victory here tonight. Shadow now gonna bash him with the snake eyes. Down goes the multi-scarred face of the Skinny Wolf. Holding his head now. Shadow gonna put him in Shadow's Gate. Shadow's Gate, the choke out here. Skinny Wolf nowhere to go. The arm is trapped in the figure 4. Can the Wolf survive here? Look at him powering his way out, fighting his way free, and pulls his left arm free. Oh, God, rib shot. Ouch. Up over the shoulder. Back flipped out of it. The Wolf now face first to the turnbuckle. The Wolf realizing he's going to need a running start, and he was out of there. Wolf too slow to follow up. The tombstone has really slowed him down. And another clothesline over the top rope. Will this be enough to put the Wolf down? Kick out at 2. And we are past the halfway point in the time limit. The Shadow now up on the second rope. Looking for a finish here to put the Wolf away, but a right hand to the midsection. Off the ropes. And the Wolf again looking to knock him out. The hard, well-placed punches of the Skinny Wolf do their damage. And another clothesline on the top rope. This is the bread and butter that Shadow's been relying upon. And it's over. The Wolf went for it here. No, well, there's the second knee drop. But I think the pivotal moment in the match was the Skinny Star Press. Shadow got the knees up in time. I mean, look at all the times the Wolf kicked out. But that time, Shadow had broken him down with numerous clotheslines on the top rope. And the student of the Phenom goes to the second round with an unblemished record. Alrighty, folks, Tinu. I do not have a theme song for Tinu, so I'm just going to give him one. What's it gonna be? And Queen Steffers gets the note on her resume. She's the first female to... Well, actually, no, there's the second female. Never mind. That was right. Yesterday, I almost forgot. How can I forget Brandon Bones got defeated by Warrior Empress just yesterday? How could I possibly forget that? Wink, wink. a newcomer to the MVWF with a huge opportunity here in this tournament to truly make a name for himself, and also possibly, if he can get all the way to the end, an MVWF World title shot. What an entrance! I didn't even plan it that way. Steffers, the living dead girl. You can see her in LTD and BYS and so many places here on YouTube and e-fetting. And that's right, I just recently saw her give Diamond Sky a tombstone onto the spikes of the 2x4, giving her a frontal lobotomy. And two newcomers here to the MVWF, going one-on-one here. We saw Steffers' husband, King Outlaw, have an absolute epic against primetime Sean Sanders earlier tonight. And look at the combination from Queen Steffers. Yeah, kiss that ass. And now Tinu taking exception to that, but he gets thrown in the corner, but he throws an elbow. Backbreaker here. Queen Steffers fights to her feet here. And a kick gets blocked. DDT right onto the top of the head. Kiss her ass. The line starts to the right. Oh, Steffers got caught up in the ropes right there. Never seen that go that way before. The crowd agrees. Steffers is bootylicious. And how about a DDT right back at you? Tinu's like, you're not going to outshine me. Tinu's trying to make a name for himself. Steffers gets the running start. Clothesline in the corner. And a clothesline takes his head off here. Steffers, good with the combos. Top rope elbow. Bit of an impulsive move. Brave though it may have been. Face first to the turnbuckle. And now, whoa, Tinu, hey, take it easy, pal. And referee Smelony telling Tinu to gotta break that up. Calm down, pal. Perhaps the excuse you. Butterflies perhaps getting to Tinu here. And of course, this is the part 2, the last 8 matches of the first round of the Super-Manch tournament. We will have the second round Monday and Tuesday of next week as well, where the losers of the first round will face the winners of the first round. And being that it's double elimination, it's sudden death for all of those that did not win in the first round. A couple minutes into this thing. These two fairly evenly matched so far, I'd say. Neither one of them has gotten that far ahead on points, I'd say, if at all. And now a torture rack! Oh, backbreaker! And man, Steffers so powerful. And of course, you can buy yourself a blue-branded Steffers slushie at a store near you. Check your local listings. And now, a big splash from the top rope. Bit of a conservative splash on Tinu's part, and it only gets him 2. I don't know if he threw everything he had behind that, but now he's going up to the top for perhaps a second bite at the apple. Yes, a second splash off the top, flattening Steffers. And now picks the legs for, oh, round and round you go! Steffers in the big swing. 1, 2, kick out at 2. And that is some wherewithal right there to try and keep your thoughts straight and your ability to control your limbs when all the blood is rushed to your head after being in that swing for so many rotations. Perhaps a pile driver to a power bomb. Steffers up in the air now. Tinu has to adjust his grip and a clothesline. We just saw the Wolf lose the match to that move, and Steffers, realizing how impactful it was, rolls outside of the ring. You can't get beat out there except by count out. And the count has only just begun. Clothesline, no neckbreaker. Tinu been in control for a couple of minutes now. Steffers needs to really rally here. She's in trouble. Perhaps maybe she can take some time here to weather the storm outside the ring. Oh, and a fall-away slam on the floor. Coming up just short of hitting that ring post. Tinu now top rope. Top rope. Bombs away here for the man in the mask. What's he got in store? Oh, she caught him. Power slam on the floor. Did I not say that Steffers was so powerful? Big time boot. Hey, speaking of boots. Uh-oh, Steffers got him up in the air. What's she thinking? Like I said, the power of Steffers. The living dead girl. Look at this, showing off here in a suplex on the floor and letting all the blood rush to Tinu's head. And look at her. Big right hands from Tinu now that he's had a bit of a chance to let the blood rush out of his brain. And a second DDT now. She's up 2-1. She was thinking about rushing him outside the ring, but decided the better of it, and he's back inside anyway. Off the ropes she goes. And the best lass at Jiggle's wedding. Steffers gets a running start. Ooh, double foots to the face. Catches the leg. Uh-oh. The long kiss goodnight. And the living dead girl hooks the leg. 2, kick out at 2. And give Tinu here some credit. Yeah, we got it. Look out, Smelly. Smelly, get the fuck out of the way! Oh, the soul capture! That front flip cutter. Tinu's down. Fisherman Buster! And this is several moves in a row now. Tinu having to weather the offensive storm of Queen Steffers. What she got off the second row? Big sledge. And oh, she caught one to the rib. And a kick to the blue head. Look out, Smelly. Oh, man, and that big boot into the spine buster. Will this win Tino the match here? What a counter move. 2, kick out at 2. And now Steffers placed up on the top rope. Tinu realizing he's got to do something big here to put her... Uh-oh, what is this? No, Steffers feeling the devastation coming her way, picks him up, and a spine buster off the second rope. Tinu devastated. Not only should she give him his own move, but topped it, and now a rear naked choke. Tinu did not get locked in the submission. Give it up for Steffers, changing gears right there. Tinu definitely didn't see that coming, though he did have a counter for it. Or at least I imagine he didn't see it coming. He did have a counter for it. So don't mind me, I'm just arguing against myself since I'm the only one doing commentary tonight. Oh, backbreaker. And an exhausted Steffers at this point, coming up on the 10-minute mark here. These two taking each other into deep waters here. We're going to find out what they're made of. And here it is, the long kiss goodnight for the second time. Hooks the leg, shoulders down, 2, and T2 kicks out again. T2 showing what he's made of here. Steffers hitting him with everything. I got a feeling we got a tombstone coming, a zombie driver, if you will. But T2, you're not going to get zombie driver when you hide under the bottom rope right there, and he catches her with the top rope. And now maybe T2 getting desperate here, removes the top turnbuckle. Ooh. Ooh, that was, man, T2 being a prick here, and Steffers trying to shrug it off. STO, she blocked it, and again, the indignity. When you start getting salty like that, you piss people off. Backbreaker! Kiss my ass, she says. Soul catcher! Oh, but she hurt herself. She hurt herself. They are both down. Steffers now poised. Goozles him for a choke slam. No, he had a counter for it. Man, this match full of surprises. These two have done their homework. They are very well trained. And now double underhook. She blocked it again. Reversal clothesline. Wow. And now Steffers to the top rope. Oh, she decides better of it. She's like, no, fuck that. I want to hit the choke slam like I intended to start with. Oh, but he again felt it coming. And a flying neck breaker. And here comes the repeated elbow drops. Big bam, booty bam. And she says it's time. Forearm shot. Plows right through him. The power of Steffers. Into your living room, and now Steffers to the top rope. Get up, motherfucker. She is poised now to take him out. Big time forearm, jumping all the way across the ring. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the time limit here. And of course, a time limit draw counts as a loss. Inside cradle. And she got caught. Oh, T2 won. T2 fought for every inch of that here. Man, Steffers really gave it to him here in her debut singles match in the MVWF. Bringing that extensive resume that she has, man, that was so close right there. But man, she got caught right here. All tied up, the ankles hooked and everything. The inside cradle gets it done. Wow, what a match that was. And now making his debut here tonight, Wally goes one-on-one with former MVWF World Champion Local Talent. Of course, Local Talent is one of the Dark Horsemen, and the Dark Horsemen in the MVWF have low attribute points. But as I said before, Local Talent, in spite of that, is a former MVWF World Champion. Be right back. All right, so what am I going to choose for Wally here?
I've been looking for you for 8 months. Whenever I should have had a gun in my right hand, I thought of you. Now I find you in exactly the position that suits me. I had lots of time to learn how to shoot with my left.
When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
That's right, Local Talent won the undercard tournament to earn himself a World Heavyweight Championship title shot against then champion Dennis the Take-A Hitman Hart. And with 52 attribute points, he jacked Dennis from behind and won the MVWF World Championship. Do not underestimate this man, the rocket kick. His main source of offense is lethal. making his debut. It's Wally! Wally! The E-Fettings Kaiju. Man, I don't know what to make of this match here. It's either going to be a huge shocker that local talent finds a way to scheme his way to win this thing, or Wally's going to destroy him. Let's go. And look at Wally just towering over local talent. Look at this. Oh, no, you... Oh, okay. So he used his weight against him right there, but don't underestimate his athleticism. Wally just picks him up light as a feather. Face first to the turnbuckle. And the big man just raking the foot over local talent. Drops down, Wally leapfrogs over him. Elbow right to the point of the nose. Stuns him a bit. Even a big man has a soft spot if you hit him. And just dumps him over the shoulder right there, whatever he was going for. Swing and a miss. And look at that combination of moves by local talent. Goes for the cover. Kick out at 1. Drops down. Leapfrog over the tall man right there. And there's the rocket kick. Wally, with ease, stopped him in his tracks. Sidestepped the spear. Kicked him in the head. And look at those right jabs and some chops. Wally's stunned. He's keeping his feet. He's not knocking him down. Oh, there he goes. Cut him off with the knee. And there's the kick to the face. And look at that. Give it up for local talent there. Chopping Wally down. Again, believe it or not, with a minimum of attribute points, local talent became the MVWF World Champion. Do not underestimate him. The rocket kick is lethal. And a big elbow. Local talent relying on his speed and agility to stay at least a half step ahead of the much larger, slower, and stronger, though, Wally. But if he gets his hands on him, local talent is fucked. Look at this. Gonna try and pick Wally up. Look at this one here. Gonna try and steal. The wall banger! 1, 2, kick out at 2, and local talent almost pulled off the upset here. Maybe setting up, big time thrust kick. Is Wally in trouble here? Wally here making his MVWF in-ring debut. And the bear hug, like I said, got a hold of him, but he has to bend down at the knees so low because of how local talent is so short. DDT! And again, when you leave your feet, Wally is not as powerful as he normally is when he's on his feet. And now a top rope, double stop right to the guts. And that's LT maximizing what size he does have. Man, there's the rocket kick. He got him, but Wally's so big and difficult to move around the ring. Goes for it. Shoulders down. 2. No! Local talent almost pulled off an upset here. Again, local talent has 50-something attribute points to Wally's 90+. And the rights and lefts are coming, and there's a spinning neckbreaker. Oh, finally using that size to smother him. Kick to the midsection. Now, Wally gonna... Oh my God, another way to die. 1, 2... No! My God, that should have been it right there. That should have turned this around in 2 moves. But local talent showing he is indeed the real fucking deal. Man, just bashing him up on the top rope, and local talent just collapses in a heap. And now perhaps some payback. The wall banger. Local talent easily up in the air, and comes down hard. 1, 2, no! And I don't know if it was nerves or not, but I was going for the button here. Man, local talent hanging by his fingernails in this match. Uh-oh, caught the kick, rolled him through. Big time right hand. And a monkey flip. And it's over. Beat him with a monkey flip. Well, this went about the way you would expect. I mean, a spirited performance from local talent here, came very close. Even tried to humiliate Wally by hitting his own wall banger, but ultimately 2 wall bangers and a monkey flip put LT down for good. And this E-Fetting legend is now in the MVWF. And he now goes into the second round flawlessly here. All right, 2 more matches here in the first round. Then we'll do a breakdown of the second round. We'll see who is going to face who. Dragonheart Jr., El Hamburguesa. These two know each other so very well because they have fought each other numerous times for the MVWF Tag Team Championship, but this might be the first time they've faced each other one-on-one.
Slap 'em up and shake 'em up and then you know. Let 'em off the floor and pay 'em with the dough. You can do it fun for you just go.
The MVWF Cruiserweight Champion. All right, folks, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blow this wide open. If you're watching this and you've got a guy that's a cruiserweight, meaning 205 or under, and you want to challenge Dragonheart Jr. for the Cruiserweight Championship, hit me up and let me know. He has plowed through the entire Cruiserweight division here in the MVWF. Seven-time tag team champion, second place record holder for most title defenses in a single championship reign, former Super 32 champion, El Hamburguesa. Prime time in the chat. What's up, homie?
The remix with Stephen Straight. It's dedicated to you, trickle underestimate. You got the magic toys, we got the magic toys. You wanna get them up, you ain't said yes, boy. I don't start shit, but I finish it.
And El Hamburguesa, a veteran of many years here in the MVWF.
Like a death, you or me, you or me, you fuck your
And as much as he has excelled as a tag team wrestler, he's struggled as a singles competitor, as has his son Danger Boy. But again, a meteoric rise is available to all comers here in the 32 competitors in the Super-Manch tournament. This year, match number 15 of the first round. Showtime, Brian Black, and Westside Ito still to come. And we will call it a night tonight. We'll come back to you next week with the second round. Northern Lights suplex. No, Tyrese, you cannot cash in. You are not a cruiserweight. Man, Tyrese isn't even here and he's already bugging me. That's hilarious. All right, here we go. El Hamburguesa here, waiting for Dragonheart to get to his feet. Scoops him up. Referee Skip Tracy goes to the cover. Perhaps an early victory here. Remember, Dragonheart took his father's place in the Battle Royal in the opener here today. El Hamburguesa to the top rope. The hooligan homeboy. Nice clothesline off the second rope. Full power behind that. Face first to the turnbuckle, and apparently a cut now open on Dragonheart. And necks him up there. Oh, man, that thrust kick with nowhere to go. Goes for the cover here, too. Almost got him. Almost an early victory here. Wild swing by El Hamburguesa here. Dragon Kanrana takes him all the way over. And a swanton, a little slow to follow up there. Straight jacket suplex. Tried to hold the bridge, but too close to the ropes. Nice DDT. Dragonheart anticipated him rolling outside the ring, and he meets him there. Nice Pele kick, and El Hamburguesa collapses under the weight of the kick and gets kicked in the spine. Of course, a count out counts as a loss. Dragon Kanrana right into the steps. Oh, holding his head. Takes him over right there. Arrivederci. And roller coaster star. Sends him back inside the ring. The crowd loves Dragonheart Jr. Shoulders down, leg is hooked. Kick out by El Hamburguesa. Now maybe that's swanton. This time it hits. .630 connects. We saw him hit that a couple of times earlier today. And a kick out at 2 in the Battle Royal. But he's got the crowd behind him. El Hamburguesa is reeling, and the NWA fans are in the crowd. They are behind him. Thrust kick. Pinpoint accuracy by El Hamburguesa. Picks him up. Oh, and there it is, the long dart! And that is El Hamburguesa's favorite move. This may be it right here. You can see him getting the frustration, even behind the do-rag. You can see the frustration on the face of El Hamburguesa. And now, Dragonheart Jr. in the drop zone. 5 minutes in, top rope, caught him! Look at the power of Dragonheart, boom! Shoulders down, 1, 2, almost was a fatal mistake by El Hamburguesa. Get up, he says. Time to put you away, Dragon Kanrana. Moonsault, tornado DDT, swanton out of the way. Perhaps El Hamburguesa rolled through that DDT to protect himself. Couldn't quite see from that angle, but it appeared to have no effect on him. They're both to the top rope. Oh man, and they both had the same idea and they both failed. As oftentimes happens in that type of thing when great minds are thinking alike. Or liking minds are thinking great. Dragonrana gets stuffed. He's getting tired of that shit. Kick to the midsection. Chops coming up in the air. El Hamburguesa off the shoulders with the forearm. And now to the top rope. 450 splash. Nice series of moves from Dragonheart Jr. And now he's got El Hamburguesa retreated into the corner, runs forward, elbow shot, and Sagiri, down he goes. This could be it, setting up for the end. Will the Dragon breathe fire here? No. Dragonheart Jr. starting to put the clotheslines together, caught the foot as well, leg sweep. Crowd calling for him to finish it. Misses the running knee strike. Sends him off the ropes. Dragonheart, backflip kick. Off the ropes again. Oh, DDT reversal, shoulders down. El Hamburguesa caught him unawares, and it's over.
Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that! Walk that trick! Walk that trick! Walk that!
Man, right there, I thought it was over. I thought it was fatal for El Hamburguesa, but he now advances in the tournament. Yeah, kiss my ass, he says. You didn't want me to win, you wanted Dragonheart to win? You can't have it. Give it up for El Hamburguesa. Queen Stepha's apparently her injury has been cleared.
Whether I win or lose, I'ma finish it. It's do or die, life or death, you or me.
All right, last match of the day. Showtime, Brian Black against West Side Ito. West Side Ito, a member of the MVWO. And I don't remember what I used for Brian's intro. Well, we're going to go for it all the same here. Brian Black has been so impressive here, the big man going up against the cruiserweight here. West Side Ito, though, he likes to get in there with guys that are bigger than him. And again, it looks like he just did about a 4-foot line of cleanser because his eyes are totally geeked right now. Hey, Wally, if you didn't see it, your match was like 2 matches ago. Go check it out. Showtime, Brian Black. A good time no matter how you slice it. Bit of a contrast in personality to some of his other stablemates with Prime Time and Warhammer. And of course, West Side Ito here, his recent forays into EWF have really given him something of a career renaissance here. A man who was once the leader of the MVWO, still a charter member of it.
Welcome to the new world, the New England. All heroes, no villains, double-decker buses.
Man, the size difference here is going to be something to behold. Yet another David and Goliath type situation. And what a first round it has been here tonight. All right, now Black gonna have to rely on his power to get his hands on him. Don't let go of Westside Ito. Do not let him leave his feet. Slow him down, grind him up, and eat him alive. Nice. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, right there, but Brian Black showing a nimble move. He is almost as wide as he is tall. Brian Black trying to get the crowd behind him. Some mixed reviews right there. Again, he's still kind of new here. He hasn't proved himself, and he sweeps the leg like he was a member of Cobra Kai. Yamaguchi-san, the referee here in the last match of the first round. And at the end of this match, folks, I'm going to announce all of the second round matches, which will be 8 matches on Monday of next week and the last 8 of the second round on Tuesday. And also don't forget the EWF is running its Golden Moment tournament. Moment of Glory tournament. Excuse me, Beast. I'm sorry. I got that completely wrong. Brian Black smashes the arm out of the way of the stomp. And there you go. Ito caught him. Perhaps maybe hit him in the nose in the soft spot. And Ito now going to maybe try and rush him on the apron. Knocks him off the apron. Brian Black's power will not allow Westside Ito to get a grip on him. And a jawbreaker, hit and run. That's what you got to do, buddy. And a clothesline takes him down. And again, when he had him stunned, that was the appropriate time to employ a little bit of power. Oh, takes him down hard, and on the floor like that, when you're a big man. Oh, and Brian Black ran right into that. And that is the edge and experience for Westside Ito. Oh, he was out of the way there, and you just can see he's got that banged up knee. Brian Black reminds me of a Bison Smith, maybe. Dr. Death Steve Williams. At really athletic powerhouses. And in comes Ito finally. Dead weight by the big man. Elbows, stop. Oh! Perhaps the biggest right hand I've seen in a long time, and it almost gets him the win. Brian Black, Showtime. Part of Primetime's Army. Along with the Warhammer, big dudes. Training big at the gym and getting huge. But Ito obviously has his supporters out there, or at least they support the MVWO. Elbow right to the chest. And Ito calling upon the power of the West Side of Manch Vegas. Up on the shoulders. Face first, busts him open, tries to follow up, but Ito instinctively throws a poorly thrown drop kick right there. Perhaps the blood immediately got into his eyes, and a clothesline turns him inside out. And Brian Black may be now poised to put this thing away and end the first round of the tournament. Heart punch! Shoulders down! And no! Brian Black can't believe it. Ito takes him out with the drop kick. The basement drop kick going low on an elbow. Picks him up. Brian Black, again, that's what people have been, they've been using that top rope like a machine gun tonight. Big time snowplow of a spear. And a knee drop from the bigger man onto the smaller man. And here we go into the rear naked. We've seen this a few times tonight. It is cinched in, but Ito managing to get himself free and breaking the grip. A lot going to be asked of this MVWF rookie here in his first year of the MVWF. Brian Black here to try and win this tournament. Double stop! But that's what you need when you're that size and Brian Black is that size. Kick out at 2. Ito, surprise. Ooh, gets clobbered into the corner, but fires back with a kick. Uh-oh. Westside Ito now, poised to get it done. Drop kicks him down. Full power and body weight behind it. And Brian Black is down. Oh, double stomp from off camera. And Ito has to be frustrated now. Catches him on the top rope, and these bigger guys have been doing that all night tonight to try and immobilize their smaller opponents. Ito trying to fight his way out, being overpowered now. Off the ropes, Ito, boom! Another explosive clothesline. And Brian Black, not satisfied, biffs him with a roaring elbow right in the face. And it's over. Dominant win here for Showtime Brian Black over Westside Ito, who has the first now strike against him here in this double elimination tournament. Man, the knockout shot, the roaring elbow, all that, man behind it, and a guaranteed 3 count. And Brian Black, here in only his 3rd match in the MVWF, advances towards a closer shot at the MVWF World title if he can survive this long and grueling tournament. That double stomp obviously hurt him pretty bad. Congratulations, Brian Black. All right, well, in review now, we see here Showtime Brian Black defeating Westside Ito. El Hamburguesa defeating Dragonheart Jr. Wally defeating Local Talent. Tinu barely getting by Queen Steffers. Shadow defeating the Skinny Wolf. Rockstar defeating Doyle. Steamhawk upset over Jeremy. And what a match. King Outlaw defeating Primetime Sean Sanders. What an event it has been here today, folks. Now, let's take a look here at the news and see what kind of injuries we've got before we look over next week's events here. So Rockstar, minor injury. Jeremy, minor injury. El Toro, beat up. All right, so if the winners face the losers of the first round, who do they face? Okay. So Jesse Jackhammer won in the first round. He faces Westside Ito. Warhammer faces Dragonheart Jr. Warrior Empress faces Local Talent. Voltage faces Steffers. Too Cool Koito defeated Azrael Black, and he will face Skinny Wolf. Sly Cooper defeated Brooklyn Joker. He will face Doyle. Kurt Maple defeated El Toro. And he will face the MVWF World Champion, Jeremy Love. Those two have fought over the MVWF Champion. That's one of the highest rated episodes of the MVWF's history was main evented by Kurt Maple and Jeremy Love. And Sensei Mark Selesky will go one-on-one with Primetime Sean Sanders. Now, Outlaw, Steamhawk, Shadow, Tinu, Wally, Elham, and Showtime. All right. So the losers will now face, so that we can continue here. So Outlaw will face Kyle Empire. Steam Honk will face El Toro. Shadow will face Brooklyn Joker. Tinu will face Azrael Black. Wally will face Kid Christian. El Hamburguesa will face Gigi. And Showtime will face Dragonheart Sr. All right, so in review, part 1 of the first round will be Jesse Jackhammer against Westside Ito, Warhammer against Dragonheart Jr., Warrior Empress against Local Talent, Voltage against Steffers, Too Cool Koito against The Skinny Wolf, Sly Cooper against Unbreakable Ryan Doyle, Kurt Maple against Jeremy Love, Sensei Mark Selesky against Primetime. And then in the second half, we've got Outlaw versus Kyle Empire, Ricky the Dragon Steam Honk against El Toro, Shadow against Brooklyn Joker, Tino versus Azrael Black, Wally versus Kid Christian, El Hamburguesa versus Gigi, and Showtime Brian Black against Dragonheart Sr. And that will be Monday and Tuesday of next week to continue on here with the Super-Manch Tournament. Chaos Unlimited. All right, I guess a lot of people do their top fans. Primetime was number 1, Wally 2, Blaze 3, Fusion 4, Colton 5, Warhammer 6, Jiggles 7, Steffers 8, Atticus Black 9, and 12-Eyed Cat number 10. Thank you for joining us. What a first round it has been here in the MVWF. We will see you next week, folks. My name is Damian Andrews. Good night.